Years ago, a thought was planted in my brain. You are a gateway to assimilation. This thought deeply impacts my teaching and directs my belief that settler colonists have no place in Indigenous research methodologies, for moral and ethical reasons. As a result, it has been a struggle to locate myself in Indigenous research methodology. Kovach wrote, "For those who are non-Indigenous, the questions perhaps are more challenging. Am I creating space or taking space?" Stuck and frustrated, I approached an elder for counsel. I shared my struggle. This is what he told me. You are standing on the fence. You walk in two worlds. You need to find balance. You are asking the wrong question. Ask yourself what you can bring to the community. How can you make it better? If I am to locate myself in Indigenous research methodologies, first I must explore where I came from to meet where I am. What evolution took place? How do I meet myself where I am? The process has been overwhelming, transformational, and very personal. It's time to step off the fence. Walter Lightning said, "Learning is a product of creation and recreation in relationship of personal interaction." My story begins as a child of settler colonists. Life was a series of adverse experiences. Society was racist. My family functioned from a Eurocentric place of privilege, grasping at a sense of decency despite the many forms of addiction and abuse that plagued our family. The outside did not match the inside. What I learned at home became the catalyst to search for different relationships and life experiences. My careers have all focused on relationships with children and adults that were marginalized by society due to race, mental illness, physical or intellectual disability, and severe behavior. What I learned is that we are all children of the universe. There is no hierarchy in humanity. I learned a second language, American Sign Language, and became an interpreter for the deaf, while advocating for fair employment practices. I learned to critically reflect. I learned to find my place within another culture and honor their voice with accuracy and integrity. We moved to a small reserve with an infant and a teenager. This is where I met my Cree family. My sisters taught me how to be a mother, a sister, a daughter, an aunt. We raised our children together. Our children learned together. We worked, we played, we laughed. I learned how to live in community. I learned to live in ceremony. We experienced cycles of death and birth. We celebrated. We sewed. We cooked. We prayed. They claimed me. I belonged. These were the happiest years of my life. Once we left, I joined an Aboriginal teacher education program cohort and earned a Bachelor of Education. It was among the proudest days of my life. I taught grade 9 for a small band operated school. The students taught me more about myself than I'm sure I ever taught them. I exist in two worlds. There is the world of the dominant culture and the world of Indigenous culture. Often one contradicts the other. Balancing this requires knowledge and the ability to navigate both cultures while constantly striving to maintain balance. Regardless, I choose to walk in both worlds. I welcomed my assimilation despite being a member of the dominant culture. I was named and claimed. Balance is a lifelong challenge that keeps me in a state of flux. It requires constant reflection, remembering, relocating, and reassessing. I have been asking myself why I cannot do Indigenous research methodologies. The elder said, "You are asking the wrong question." Now I ask myself, why not? What can I bring to the community as a non-Indigenous researcher? In the process of telling this story, I have learned much about myself. Like Walter Lightning, I have discovered that for every step in expanding my consciousness, there has been growth that needed to occur. In other words, for understanding to happen, I needed to comprehend it emotionally as well. So here is what I can give back: respect, voice, truth, justice, healing.